And one. What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the House Show, hosted by MOUZ. My name is Paula, and I'm joined by the entire MOUZ sports team, including their coach, Rejin. Guys, how's it going?
We don't have Robs,
Frozen?
though.
We don't have Robs.
He
just got kicked from the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He just raged. He just raged, and he just said,
No, Robs isn't here. But we've got everybody else. Frozen, David, great to have you here. Finn, karrigan, Chris, aka Chris, and of course, hello, bebe, woxic. Good to see you too. What is that? You're pointing at your virtual background of MOUZ. I thought you'd at least say something.
Nobody said anything. Why I'm saying something? Like, why are you expecting from me to say something?
Sorry, man. I'm just
you can't do better, man. Come on.
I'm just feeling a bit thank you, Anyway. Guys,
good talk.
I know it's been, like 30 minutes or 40 minutes since you finished the game, but how you're feeling after it? It was a tough one. It went 3 maps, but you fought through tooth and nail, and you got the W.
Yeah, that's good, no? Finn, how do you feel about it?
It's a long time ago. I can't remember the match anymore. I mean, obviously it feels good to beat your old teammates once again. I'm happy to show that we can do it online as well. If we were lost, obviously they would have been onliners. They haven't really played on big stages and stuff like that. So, I mean, anyway, it was a good game.
Is that still a thing for you, Finn? Like the whole old FaZe, Finn, karrigan rivalry, and Astralis as well. Is it still a thing for you, or have you kind of moved on from it?
For me, it's not a rivalry if they can't beat us, right?
Just saying.
Oh, shit.
I mean, no, obviously, it's not the same anymore.
Holy.
It's not the same anymore like it was first game, I think. The first game was really important for me, I would say. And maybe also second, third, fourth, it's online, doesn't really matter.
No. Best of one in the mix.
Yeah, best of one doesn't really count at the major.
It doesn't matter.
No, but for me, it's more important to play Astralis because they're, in my opinion, still one of the best teams in the world. So yeah, it's not really that a big thing anymore.
Yeah, but Rejin, what's going on with your background, bro?
What?
I saw it on Twitter somewhere. It's something to do with FaZe, I think it is.
It's the FaZe down, man.
Oh shit! Did he go there?
No, I think he's been
Toxic.
and gone.
What is that sticking out?
It's the time to behave.
What the fuck is
Whoa,
that?
okay. You're gonna get us banned on Twitch, mate.
What? Okay.
Oh, anyway,
What the fuck is going on?
I mean, but big respect to you, Rejin. Big respect, but let's just pretend that never happened, all right?
Big baguette.
David, you were talking all the trash talk when we were off air, getting all the technical difficulties fixed. Now you're completely silent, mate.
What? What do you mean? I'm listening to you guys. Chilling here.
Beforehand, you had all the swag, bro. But you look pretty strong in the serves today. How did you find the best of 3, buddy? Tough going up against FaZe?
First one was good. Then second one was fine, I would say. Then third map, I wanted to quit my career already, like 3 times.
Yeah, we can hear that.
Interesting.
Then I got some ego frags and I got back rolling somehow.
Yeah, best flashes, by the way. I don't know.
Guys, I was like worried during that third map. Like Finn, again, when we were off air getting the technical difficulties fixed, you were talking about at points how you were calling and stuff. What was it like for you as IGL?
It felt like only the later part of the half on T-Sanders 2, it felt like people were a little too scared. I mean, normally what happens is like when I call something, we just instant do it and we just go with the call. But I think Chris also kept down the mood really good and just say like, just do whatever Finn says, and it's like, don't be scared. It's like basically an online game, and you don't have to fear if you're losing a game or anything. So I think that helped me also just putting more vocal into the calls. So in the end, I think we came back really strong on the CT side.
Chris, when you were hiding on Dust 2, man, on the B side, what was going through your head? I'm sure everyone in the chat saw, but if you didn't see, they were on an eco. It wasn't even a half buy. You were on an eco, you had a pistol, and FaZe had pushed into the Dust 2 side. And then you were sitting in the back, and they didn't find you. Then at one point, you sprung out. But Chris, you tell the story, mate. Like, what was happening?
Yeah, I mean, I did the same play in practice recently, a couple of days ago, I think, or maybe it was yesterday even.
Yesterday, bro.
Was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so.
I don't know.
I just. Time ago.
I mean, I just I obviously didn't invest anything into the round. Some of my teammates still had. I don't know if he had still had rifles, but we saved some deagles or armor.
I had a smoke that saved you. I'm just saying. What?
Is it around you're sitting on B side, man?
Yeah, I was hiding.
Yeah, I see you're sitting on B side, man, and I'm sitting on car with fucking full Kevlar, deagle, everything, man. They're coming full at me. Nobody's helping me, man. And then I said,
Alan, no. That's what we call ninja.
Yeah, but I mean, it worked in practice as well. So that's why I decided to do it today in the game, and luckily it paid off.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Hey, Robin, by the way. Nice
we actually do have Rops in the building, guys.
Yeah. Hello, Robs. How are you today?
He's a lot larger than I remember.
He's been working out a lot. I've been getting
working out on his
Corona gym as we speak as well. Yeah.
His facial structure. Yeah. Well, guys, congrats on the best of 3. Do you have any final thoughts about before we start opening up the conversation and talking about more general things in life? Anybody, anything that you'd like to add about it?
I think it was a typical Dust 2 game, no? I mean, it really felt like it could go both ways there at the end.
I mean, I'm actually surprised we won so many city rounds. That's like the first time, no?
Yeah, true.
So that's really positive.
Get more rounds on T side.
We were reading good, no? As a city, like we were just waiting on all positions, like on point, you know. Like we were not like nothing happened like unexpected to us, so that's why I think was more easy for us to win some rounds.
Yeah, I think it was insane preparation by this guy, the coach. I think I forgot his nickname.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know who it is.
He's pretty insane.
Is it like weird to play official online matches again, considering the situation currently going on?
I mean, honestly, I think it's part of it, right? I mean, it's a few months ago we played these online matches, but I think in the beginning of this lineup we played a lot of online games like Minor Qualifier and Qualifier for like the tournaments. So I think for a team like Na'Vi, it's really strange not to play any official game online for like 2 years, and then suddenly you have to be in the same environment. It is different, I feel like, but in the end, I think everybody nowadays has played a lot of online matches, and it's not like big difference in a way, I feel like.
Yeah, what was it like though when you found out with this league specifically, the ESL Pro League, that you wouldn't be playing it like on LAN? Was that weird at the time? Like, what was going through you guys' heads?
It was just a bit sad because we cannot play in front of people, and like when you're hearing the people who is cheering for you, and when you know like people are gonna go like hyped if you do something good and stuff. Yeah, like when you know these feelings, that's why you want to go to tournaments, for my opinion. And it's always good to have like fans around you, and it's giving you to like more focus to play. It's like now it's just daily routine, you know, just wake up like a practice, you know.
Yeah, the crowds are just one of the main things that makes it super interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That gives so much motivation, and obviously that's not here now, so that's sad. But I mean, we like some online CS as well, so still CS.
I don't like.
It's online
teams playing.
Online CS.
Is back in the building, Chris.
But I think it's good at least to have something. Like if there would be a tournament for a whole month, I'll go crazy. Like the competitive mindset is so I'm happy there's at least something else.
Whoa! There's a monster in the water.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Sorry about that, guys.
Did you really throw the dog in the pool? Really?
Again, Twitch to the surface, guys. This is going to get us banned off the internet. Yeah. How are you guys daily? How are you guys' daily lives at the moment under the restrictions that most countries are putting out because of Corona? Because Finn, you're in Denmark. David, you're in Slovakia, right?
No.
Rejin, where are you? You're in Denmark as well, or?
Czech Republic.
And okay, and Chris, you're in the Netherlands, then of course.
No, I don't want to reveal my location.
Then what's your internal?
You're in the library, no?
Starting with you, Finn. What's it like in Denmark at the moment?
Yeah, I think there are coming new restrictions. Like right now, you can't be more than 10 people, but I think they're gonna in like few days do it to only 2 people. For me, it doesn't really change. My whole life, for 20 years, I've been playing video games at home. Basically prepared myself for the scenario where I just to stay inside. So it's all good for me. It's like the same sort of situation.
Yeah. David?
It's basically same over, I would say. Close the borders, cannot move. There are like few things open per day. You can't even like go somewhere. Yeah, everything is looking like in Daisy, man. You go outside, fucking zombies.
Like Daisy.
Yeah, so that's basically just chilling at home, playing video games.
I mean, Chris, you're not really one to go outside anyway, unless you have to travel to an event, right?
No, it looks like he's in a basement with like the library.
I'm
he has
reading
books to read.
I was talking about that bookshelf behind you when we weren't live. I'm like, look how many books are there. How many have you read? Are they your books?
Like at least 1 or 2.
Such a lie, Chris. You read 0 books there. You don't even
I've actually read some books when I was younger, man. Alan, don't fuck with me.
He has a shelf full with survival books.
Is it the school books right there?
Conspiracies and like how to make your own tinfoil hat.
Are they your books or are they like family heirlooms or antiques? What's going on?
No, it's mostly not mine, no.
Oh,
No, but honestly, the life here in the Netherlands, it's like, I guess, same as in most European countries, that you cannot have many people close to each other, but like you can go outside when you want. I think it's some countries you cannot even go out if you don't like have a
permission.
A permission, to go outside. So I mean, you actually need a permission slip in Germany.
I thought he said mission.
How many people?
You need a mission to go out, bro.
How many people can you stack in Netherlands? Is it like 2 the same?
Stack.
Yeah, like how many can it be?
What do you mean, bro?
What's the
Only 3 guys. Only 3 guys.
Which website, bro, is that?
3 meter.
Oh my God.
No, I heard
3 meter
that,
sisters, please.
some guys in
What do you mean
Slovakia snuck out to the pub by doing a 3-man run boost. Is that true?
Yeah, but then the top guy fell off, no?
Fucking idiots.
Jesus.
But what did you mean, David? Like, how many people can be together, what?
How many can you be on B side at the same time?
Yeah.
Put it like
The one guy, you know? Imagine.
Honestly, I think they only recommend to not have like more than 5 or 10. But you
They
can
say,
have
like,
actually
50
like only
people in
above
coffee
100
shops,
is forbidden. Now, like inside of buildings, you can only have 1 person per 10 square meters.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
So that's why there's bigger lines everywhere now.
Sucks to be in a room
Everybody
with only
waiting
9
outside.
square meters. You can't be there.
You can't be in that room, yeah.
What about you, Oscar? What's it like in Istanbul, bro?
Bro,
Still partying.
Everything is like freestyle here, you know, still. Like, I mean, okay, there's like some things. It's like schools are like postponed. They just say don't go outside, stay in home, basically. But nobody putting a rule on it. So if I want, I can go out and do whatever I want. Of course, they close the clubs, they close the most of the shops. It's like Starbucks. I don't know why. Can I tell the name? But this kind of big companies are just closed. Their
Is
shop.
the Rockstar thing still open?
Oh, Woxic, I see he's just joined the pool as well.
So yeah, I'm just doing the same things like I was doing before, like a practice, like a normal days, like daily routine. Just only one thing: you cannot go out. Like for my health, you know, I'm not going basically, and for my people who is around me, like which is I love, you know, I don't want to affect these people. Maybe I will nothing gonna happen to me because I'm younger than everyone. Like about my family, I'm talking. So that's why I'm just putting myself in quarantine more than these people, basically.
Yeah. Obviously, it's stopped many things from happening. It's changed the way a lot of us are living. But on the flip side, for us, I guess it's also meant that we don't have to travel so much. Have any of you guys enjoyed not traveling so much, Chris?
Yes.
Honestly, I miss it already.
Oh, really?
The traveling got a bit much sometimes, but still, I really like to travel. And I feel like life is a bit more boring now, definitely.
Okay. Party boy. What about you, Woxic? You said you're happy to be home to an extent.
Sometimes, you know, we are staying away from our home like 1 month and stuff, and traveling between the countries all the time. And that's why, like, sometimes I was just saying, like, man, when it's gonna stop? I want to home, you know. I want to see my family. I want to see my friends. I want to do something in Turkey, you know, basically. So but just sometimes. But the rest, of course, it's always good to travel, to see new countries, new areas, new people, and tournaments, you know. So this is our dream, and I don't know.
Yeah, Finn, what about you? Because I know you have a girlfriend, right? And so for you, is it nice to be at home for an extent for her?
He was the first time with a girlfriend.
Why is that funny?
He hasn't watched the streams, I guess.
Which streams? Tell me about them.
ESL streams since last EPL.
I don't know, for 3 months I'm the first guy
There's
to
literally
get a
the
girlfriend.
same story. going with-
Advertisement about
Yeah.
karrigan, yeah.
Oh,
But-
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. But that must be
Um,
nice for her, right? That you're at home during this. It means that you haven't had to travel so much.
Yeah, obviously it's good to be home. But for me, it's like I'm thinking about it now. Like when I go to a tournament, it feels like all my like life and focus during that week is just only on CS, and it
Yeah.
just doesn't feel the same at home. So it's hard really to get that environment. Once I go into a flight, I just want to sleep. And once I arrive at the destination, I just know that I need to compete on a high level and play in front of a crowd.
You
So
should look at the chat now, guys.
Yeah, the
Something
Yeah,
happening.
but I feel like it's good to be home for some time. But obviously we don't know how long we're gonna stay home, and probably since the last 15 years I've been traveling 1 time per month to play like tournaments. So it feels really strange to be home that long, to be honest.
Do any of you guys think that the fact that nobody in esports is having to travel right now, but specifically in CS, do you think it's going to change anything with how CS is played? Since all of you guys are at home, maybe you have more time to practice or talk about things because the schedule, I mean, there is no schedule of travel at the moment. Do you think the meta in CS is going to change at all? Do you think the competitiveness could change?
It kind of hurts you cannot boot camp. I think
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like we always came stronger out of a boot camp.
but
but,
still, like you can practice much more now. But if you think about it, I don't mind we being home for like 1 month or 2 months. The problem right now is that we don't know when this is gonna stop.
Yeah.
I think that is that's the biggest issue, because like I also miss to travel and I miss to go somewhere.
Yeah,
But I
miss
also
you
don't
too, Alan.
mind that. Thank you, Chris. But I also don't mind that we're home, for like a month or something like that. Now I
Yeah.
have a child and wife and stuff like that. But I mean, like I think it's the thing that we don't know when we have the next tournament, like in LAN environment, that is the most frustrating.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
weird, right? This is going to be the first time, I don't know, in so through the lifespan of CS:GO when you don't know when the next LAN is, like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
competitive lifespan of CS.
I think the biggest change could actually be, for example, we played today. We haven't played official for like nearly a month. So once I'm, for example, calling, it's like a different game suddenly, because for a month you have just been practicing. Suddenly you have to be like in competitive mode. And I think once we're getting to the first LAN after this break, I think there's gonna be a lot of nerves on people. Like you have been waiting 3 months to go to this tournament, and you just put so much pressure on yourself. You want to compete on the highest level because it's been so long time you play LAN. So once we get there to the next LAN tournament, I definitely feel like there's some teams that have so big pressure on themselves that they can't deliver good results. And I feel like that's maybe can have a factor on
Yeah,
how...
do you think the first LAN back is going to be super weird? Like it's going to be very hard to predict what's going to happen?
It depends on how long time. Let's say we don't have tournaments the next 2-3 months, right? Then you have the first tournament, and let's say Cologne or something like this is the first big tournament, so like we can play whatever. That's a really big tournament where you haven't played a LAN for 4 months, and you have to. Everybody wants to win Cologne, and it's like the most important tournament of the year, right? And you
Even more pressure than usual, for sure.
Yeah, exactly, because you want to do good, but it's your first LAN in months, and you haven't. Let's say we don't see each other for like 3-4 months. It kind of feels strange unless you're doing like these podcast talk every day from now on.
Yeah, I guess it's different because when you're at home, you're not seeing each other ever or spending time with each other in person, which is different to when you're traveling, when you get to actually hang out in person. I mean, you guys have already spent a lot of time together, so your chemistry will always be there. But is that also a part of it that's a bit odd, that you don't actually get to hang out as friends and as teammates at events?
I mean, I have a poster of Chris next to me, so I can.
No, you don't. Show us. Show us. Prove it. Prove it. I do. I have one right here, mate. Look at this guy.
Robin is boot camping with Alan.
I got Robin here all the time.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
Continue. Yeah. Is it odd not to be hanging out in person as much as you usually would?
No, I don't think so. If you practice every day, you're still talking, right? I'm just happy I don't have to see Alan's face all the time. So
Yeah, I don't want to see it, man.
And also,
I mean,
like,
Chris-
Alan, but put it away. Whenever you put your arm up, it looks like there's a massive thing poking into your ear, bro.
It's a
That's
massive
how-
ticket.
that's,
Yeah.
that's how he likes it.
But
I mean, Chris is missing me, no?
Yeah, Rejin and Chris,
You're
you
my
guys
favorite
have
roommate.
you guys have like an
You
interesting
have only one.
relationship. you're always taking pics of each other and like memeing each other. Like, can you talk?
No, that's wrong. That's him memeing me, sending pictures to you, which then you upload.
Again, this thing is coming, man.
Yeah, it looks like you're touching it, sort of like on your head. But continue.
That's it.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
Alan,
it's only
continue.
Chris is taking pictures of me and sending it to you, and then you're uploading it to Twitter, Tyler.
Me?
It's content,
Yeah.
no?
No, wait. When's that happened? What?
Wasn't
No,
that in?
no.
Yeah,
there
that
was one
happened recently.
time-
Come on.
No, there was one.
that was
time
in Katowice,
he had a-
no?
He had a picture of something. Where
Yeah,
he
Alan's
was like,
sitting fucking next to the hotel door
Wait,
because he
wait.
didn't have Wi-Fi somewhere
Yeah,
else.
when you were mocking him, so I uploaded it in solidarity with Rejin. I was like, "Yo, this is not cool, man. Chris, stop being a bully." All right, I was on your side, Rejin.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that next time.
All right, guys, has the motivation changed at all? Considering that you don't know when your next LAN is, and that you're only playing online.
I mean, I can for me, I think of course not the same when you don't have the opportunity to play in front of a crowd, but at the same time, this is the only sport you can watch, so we should also give the viewers everything we can, and I think this is a unique possibility for CS to grow even more than it has done before, because now we're getting a lot of new viewers that we wouldn't have got before. Like in national TV, I know in Denmark they canceled there's the TV2, they have like a sports channel, they canceled that, and now they're showing esports and stuff like that instead. So I mean, I think they're gonna have a lot of new viewers there. So
yeah, I
think if you look like that it's the really good motivation factor to keep it going and give people a good show.
Yeah, like I was saying, I completely agree. It's great to see so many people tuning in for these now online leagues. Chris, have you enjoyed it as much as you would have if it was on a LAN, or is it still you miss the fact that you can't be there with the crowd like you were saying?
Yeah. I mean, I would obviously rather play with a crowd and all the good things that come with that. But it is what it is. I think you said it before as well. We don't really know how long this situation is going to last, right? I mean, if you would know now, okay, in 2 or 3 months, it's going to be the same as before, then I wouldn't mind it that much, I guess. This kind of break from traveling. But what if it's still the same in 6 months or maybe longer?
Yeah.
Like, that would be crazy, right? Obviously, the world would have all kinds of problems, but for us CS players, it would also
But surely at the same time you can appreciate what Rejin's saying, right? It's
for sure.
Regardless of the fact that you don't get to travel and we're going to miss the excitement of events, it's like playing these online leagues, etc. It gives a chance, and with everyone being at home, there's a unique opportunity for our side of things to grow even more. It's a weirdly unique opportunity, right? Which is kind of a nice side to it, right?
And I'm also not saying the matches are boring. Like, honestly, I got pretty hyped during the.
Yeah, you guys' match today was really exciting. I was watching it through, and after that first map, I was kind of like, okay, if the boys lose this, podcast off. This is gonna be probably just gonna be me here, and you guys just unhappy and awkward or whatever. What's it like, guys? By the way, because that's something I was having to start thinking about. Was like, okay, how's it gonna be if these guys have to do the podcast after they've lost? Is there gonna be little bits of bickering? What was that, David?
That was me. If you lost this too, I'd quit already. I wouldn't be here now.
Yeah, after
I would be so much.
Yeah, is it difficult after a loss? Are there any arguments or anything, or?
Let's quit.
No, it's not happening between our team,
players. Not really, I think.
Players, it's not happening. This kind of arguments, but I will be so tilted because I didn't play enough good for myself, I was playing bad as a statistics and I didn't do any impact enough for my opinion for myself. So that's why if we're gonna lose the game, I will tell it's also because of you. 40% we lost this game because of you, and I'm gonna be tilted and I will be out of the show and I will just hit my head to the wall.
That's good content as well, though, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have a full stream
what
of
do you think?
punching the
wall.
Bam. I think that would probably be on live stream, but the live stream fails Reddit or something.
And I also think like it depends how you lose. Like some losses are way harder than others, you know.
I mean, if we would have lost train like we lost Nuke, then I would be pretty fucking tilt and sad, and I wouldn't be smiling here now, I think.
Hey,
No, but that's also good to see when we're tilt, no? That's good.
Yeah, for sure. It also is good content, I guess.
I mean, it's the same if you lose a match on LAN, right? You also have to do the interview sometimes. So just acting professional and be mad, it's good.
I need to, I think, explain something, Pala. Can I ask the question by myself?
Yeah, of course.
Are you gonna ask yourself or what?
Okay.
Are you gonna ask yourself?
Yeah, I will ask the question to myself, okay?
Okay, say woxic then.
Yeah, woxic, why did you try to knife Olaf in
Oh, that's a good question. What was happening there, dude? You jumped around the corner. And I was like, there must have been some... I don't know what compelled you to do that, if it was a mistake but it looked like you did it knowingly with a knife.
No, like completely, I didn't knew it. He's there. I asked to Finn, can you clear Ivy for me, because I cannot move forward. But he was behind green train. He said no, and he died at the same time because he was in a fight. So I didn't knew it. There's a guy, but I knew. I knew it. There is some guy can hold from pop towards Ivy, you know, like did this angle like straight with AWP or something. So that's why I wanted to jump towards Ivy and spot the guy who is watching towards Ivy, you know, from outside teammate. So that's why I jumped and I just got shocked. There is Olaf there, and I had a knife in my hand because I wanted to move fast. That's why I knifed him, because I couldn't pick up the.
So you didn't know he was there?
No. I didn't knew it. But when I saw
from the POV of like spectating the stream, it looked like you'd come around the corner like prepared to like go throw down.
Actually, I knifed him twice, and I said to guys, he's low, but you don't know what I'm doing there, you know, like I said. He's low in Ivy, but
no one knows what you're doing there, Roxy.
Nobody knew it. I also didn't know what I did there, so basically.
Yeah, I mean, train overall, it got closer than it should have to an extent, right? There was that round, I think it was round 27, where Olaf threw a nade and it kind of it stopped you guys
David
from.
Was defusing, no?
Yeah, defusing the bomb.
There was defusing inside, and also the deagle round we lost, no? At 14-11 we lost the deagle round.
I mean,
3-2 retake.
It was a 4-2.
It was B retake, no?
It was 4-2, and you jumped lower, Finn. You just said after you shouldn't have done that.
No, that's another round. But the deagle round.
That's the round where.
Yeah, that's I know. But we also at 14-11 we lost the deagle round where they were inside, and that's how they started the combat to 14-14.
We lost also one round. It's Frozen was trying to defuse, and he got nade to his head.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
That round? Okay, I'm sorry. I was out of conversation.
But that's the two rounds that was key rounds.
Ping. I have a ping. I'm in Turkey, bro. Sorry.
You have a delay on the information. Yeah. No, well, it's nice to get that insight. Thanks for I forgot about that moment when you did anyone on your team see you do that as well? I can't remember who was alive at the point.
I just
I
heard
saw it.
one guy sliced twice. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Slice.
Yeah.
Slice like pizza.
David's like, what are you doing, man? Like, no, it's not what you think, bro. Okay, good stuff. Overall then, like, are you happy with how that best of 3 went? Yeah, obviously, Finn, from your perspective, I'm sure there are always improvements, adjustments to make. But like overall, are you happy with how that best of 3 went?
Yeah, in my opinion, like we could always trust our trainers to. I think the last 6 months has been really, really good maps for us. So Nuke is still some map we are trying out, different position and stuff like that. So it's good to get the experience and obviously get the experience, but also win the last 2 maps so you can actually learn from the mistakes on Nuke. So all that, this is actually a perfect scenario where we get to play all 3 maps. We get a little more back in shape, playing competitive environment because we don't know how long we need to play online, right? So all in all, I'm happy about the match, and obviously always happy when you win, right? It will be different.
Absolutely.
I mean, FaZe have also been playing really well. Like,
I mean, they're a really great team at the moment, but still, you know. Like, easy
I mean, the way we lost Nuke
better team, bro.
Like the way we lost Nuke was also really unlucky many times, where we just gambled wrong. Like there was like 2 or 3 rounds where
oh my lord,
where we left Finn alone inside, and exactly these moments they just fucking rushed inside.
But that was some calls, you know. That was
from who? From the coach, no?
Yeah, from coach.
That was one round. That was.
Oh.
What about the 2 other rounds?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing on radar. I hear door open. I see smoke main. I look radar. Okay, I'm dead. Free guys,
You can save, guys.
Yeah, I'm on
Thanks,
top of
God,
HUD
I'm
with
playing
MP9
game.
and just come out with STs and I'm instantly dead.
Thanks,
And I
God.
don't see everybody else like trying to spam for smokes. Okay, safe, boys.
Karrigan, do you feel like with this MOUZ Sports roster, you have more opportunities to frag than on your last two teams?
I don't think there's a difference. I mean, the difference for me is in in-game leading, and the trust obviously was not there in the end and phase. So I'm still playing the same position I've done the last 6 years. So nothing is really new there. Always running first. Have some P refragging me if they're not scared. So
Come on, Finn. I also run first.
Yeah, you run first. Yeah, me and you run first. But if one of us dies, we all know like some people get scared.
Sorry,
Yeah, then we
I
can watch
cannot
people
push
behind
it
the
out,
smokes.
man.
You can play like with knife, no, like an Ivy, woxic. Just rush with
Nice
knife.
try, bro. I stopped
No,
doing
but
that.
but the biggest difference is basically the trust. I think with the trust of my teammates, I also perform better individually.
Okay.
Knowing if I have a bad game, they still believe in me. And let's say I've called bad and a bad individual game, then
You're still
obviously
handsome,
next
bro.
game. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
he
He just wants me to drop weapons to him all the time. That's why he's so kind on stream. But off stream, bro, it's like 70-year-old. His mouth is really big online. Every time in the room, he asks me, "Do you want a Coke Zero from Minibar? I can get you tricks down from the Minibar." So online, oh my god, yeah.
This
I
guy.
think
Kids nowadays.
Look at
you
this
ma- you
guy.
make-
man. Fucking shit over here, man.
And look at him now. He's starting to get 70 years old. When I was 70 years old, he was running around. Mama, can I have a cookie?
Yeah, obviously you're being humorous, Finn, but something that I love to see in your team is when I'm at the same events as you guys, that oftentimes I can find you guys hanging out outside the game and actually like being friends. You know, when I saw you guys in Turkey, like you guys were always hanging out together, you know, sitting in the cabana, chilling, relaxing after games on the beach, etc.
Oh,
Very
something
strong
happened.
relationship as a team.
Something happened
Rip.
to you, bro. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
like
good.
that.
You like
yeah,
that,
I understood the question. I mean, especially for
To paraphrase the question for everybody at home, I was saying, do you guys think you have a strong relationship as friends outside the game, as a team outside the game?
Like, my opinion, it was special for the tournament. Like, we are not hanging out too much, like too many times like this in different tournaments. But in that tournament, it was a bit like basically kind of holiday tournament, you know. It's like when after also we lost early, so that's why people only could just spend time with each other, basically. So
No, but I've been at events with you guys where you're winning as well, and I still see you
Yeah.
guys at events.
Yeah, we're doing,
friendly,
but not,
like
like
you
a
make
Five
jokes.
Guys.
Yeah.
Not like
okay,
a Five Guys. Not like a Five Guys. For example, I do something with Chris, for example, or like David doing something with Finn. But it's like always we're just doing a speed up, basically. But you lagged out again, bro. I don't know. Okay.
I'm lagging out.
Okay,
No,
you
no,
okay
no,
now? You okay? Okay,
Okay.
maybe my internet, bro. My internet. No worries.
Okay, yeah. It's just the pool. There's a wave
pool.
machine going on at the moment.
Cables are wet, man.
tsunami sometimes. No, but I think to get back to your point, Paul, I think that's true. That like what you're saying, it's not all the time you have five guys hanging out. For me, it's really important that everybody has the freedom to do what they want. So let's say Robs wants to play more individually because he had a bad game during the day. He wants to play in the evening instead of hanging out eating with the whole team. But it's something we're trying to work more on, that we as a team like eat dinner during the day or eat one time per day. We eat as together as a team to have this chemistry, because sometimes during a tournament, maybe I don't see woxic if I'm not in practice room as much, or I'm not down going somewhere to get something to eat, you know. So I think it's important to have the chemistry, especially in an international team where you are from 5-6 different countries, you have different cultures, you have different view of life, and I think for me, that's really important. That I experience in FaZe as well. When you have good chemistry, you have fun with your teammate outside the game. You don't have to love a guy or be a friend with the guy, but just hanging out as teammates, because that's gonna create more synergy in the game as well if you have fun time with your teammates. 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think it's always nice to see you guys at events. I always get a positive vibe from all of you, especially when you're hanging out together. I'd like to remind chat at this point that we will be happy to take questions. Of course, I will be vetting them, and so don't say anything stupid. But if you have a fun or interesting question for the team, we will be looking at chat. I can pick them out. The guys can pick them out as well. And remember, we'll be doing this show each night after they play if things go according to plan. And so this is our first one, and we'll refine it over time and loosen up and have more fun with it. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat now. And before we finish out the show,
there is a pretty good question from G2 choking finals.
Oh my god.
I like it.
Nice streamer, bro. Nice streamer. Very slow.
Do you think there's a roster right now outside top 20 that could get top 10 at the end of the year?
Genji.
I mean, Genji, but isn't North also outside of top 20?
Yeah, it's online now.
The Fuse kids. Or what's the Dutch team?
Turkey 5.
Lowlands Lions, man.
Oh yeah, Lions. Of course.
Like, I would say like North and Genji have a good possibility in my opinion.
I think Genji.
Or Fun plus Phoenix if they have a team.
Oh,
that's free because
yeah, that situation is tough. That situation has been tough.
Didn't they sign them yesterday? Is it free because this year?
I mean, what was the team? Swole Patrol.
Swole Patrol.
Yeah, exactly. They signed them.
Swole Patrol.
Who signed who?
Who signed them?
Didn't they
No,
sign?
they didn't. No, they didn't sign. They just took their spot.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
I was like, Frozen's just leaked some really sensitive information.
Didn't you guys write that in WhatsApp chat yesterday? Or
He's like, what? Yeah, you guys don't know about that?
we talked about it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, off stream, David. Okay. Anyone else have any opinions on that? Who could make the top 20 outside of the top 20? I think Genji is a good shout for sure.
No, I think North as well. I think they're outside.
Turkey 5.
Are you talking again?
Turkey 5.
Yeah.
If you guys have to kick someone on the team, who would you pick?
Alan.
I would kick myself first.
No, just bench me, guys, please.
Can't remember what Alan said. If you have been in finals and you lose like 3 or 4 finals, you should kick the coach.
Exactly.
Someone in chat called S69er says, I want to fight woxic in real life.
Oh,
I wouldn't try that, honestly.
I don't think that's a good idea, man.
Like
woxic
woxic is like he's like a pit bull, you know, like these small, like maybe even a chihuahua, you know, like these small insane dogs.
You just downgraded him from a pit bull to a chihuahua.
He's definitely a pit bull, bro.
And a small pit bull.
I'll fucking bite your head off.
Woxic, you're what's that Turkish breed of dog?
What do you mean? Kangal, bro.
Kangal, bro. You're a Kangal, bro. The famous Turkish dude. Those things are massive. They're like lions,
Yeah,
bro.
they are like a lion, bro. Yeah, they're so huge.
Yeah,
Lion.
boys.
a lion dog.
So also a question: who is the funniest guy in the team? I think
Alan.
Robin, no?
Robin,
I think
Robin.
funniest in the team might be low-key Finn. He
Ah,
might low-key be
Nah.
low-key, bro.
It's only 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, not much. And when he's talking, he's just bullying you, bro.
Okay.
Jokes.
I just
Joking, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah. Just scrolling through the questions now, guys. If you pick any out, again, just keep chucking them out, guys. I'm looking for some ones as well.
Raise
also one,
ropes. Unlucky.
there's one here also. Who is the laziest on the team?
chrisJ, 100%. I know that without even.
No,
being
that's not
part of
true
the team.
anymore.
That's actually
That's not true anymore.
chrisJ's in bed listening to like reggae and just like vibing out on his own. Oh yeah.
Pala, that's
Video
the old,
chatting, Pala.
That's the old chrisJ, bro.
I tell you, after Cologne last
It's like
year,
I'm an hour late for practice.
like after Cologne last year, he actually started to wake up at 9 every day. I have to call him sometimes. And he actually go for walks as on server an hour before we even have to be there with me. So he's definitely not the laziest.
Oh, guys, this is a really good question from Barrel Juice. So, as we know, recently. No, this is a new question.
Oh, okay. No. Next
Okay.
question. Next question. We don't
Next
even give
question.
answers.
We didn't give answer.
Who's the funniest? I have a new one.
What?
No, who's the laziest? Wait, who's the laziest? I think it's
Who's the laziest?
What, you guys don't want to answer the question that I'm about to ask you?
Pala, you just said like, who is the laziest? Chris is the laziest. Next question. It's the Pala show.
I'm not entirely sure. Am I not allowed to ask that, guys?
You are, but we didn't answer the question. You're starting
Okay.
with a new question.
Oh, what, you guys all want to answer who's the laziest?
No, we didn't figure out yet.
I thought
Okay,
it was
well,
a democracy here, but
Sure, continue, guys. Keep talking about who's the
Okay,
laziest.
you're smiling like
okay,
that.
Alan, you put names and people raise their hand.
Okay, Finn. Are you the
Wait.
laziest?
2 votes.
Okay.
David.
can I vote again?
Okay, I did also.
How many votes do we have?
You can also put woxic.
Okay, I think we have
I think I have a winner.
Okay, so woxic is unanimously the laziest in MOUZ sports.
I'm I mean, I'm
Nah, not
laziest.
really.
Laziest in the
for it.
life, but not in basically CS, for my opinion. But
Before we
I
went
mean,
live,
he's playing so much, he's streaming a lot. Like, how can you call anyone lazy in this team? It's
because
not,
he's only playing all day, no?
before we went
playing
live,
all
less in
day.
life.
Finn said that you go to sleep at like midnight to wake up at 2 to play, and then fall asleep again at 5 to wake up at 9, so then you can sleep.
That's the
before you go to
schedule.
practice.
Exactly. That's the schedule.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It sounds
So-
like a woxic
It
schedule.
depends. It depends because like if I'm tired in the day, after the
Tired?
practice, tired.
Oh.
Tired, being tired, you know.
No,
I said if I'm a
tired.
pirate.
Alan,
If I'm
shut
a
up, man.
pirate.
Alan, shut up.
Sorry.
So
Tired.
like it depends about the day also. Like for example, you're tired or you did some things before the prac. So basically, you are tired, but you just need to do practice because you cannot cancel the practice because you are tired. So you keep playing, and after when the practice ends, I'm feeling like I need to sleep or I need to rest a bit. So I'm just sleeping for a couple of hours and waking up like after 1-2 hours and starting to do stream because I'm getting my energy back. Basically, it's like what
Okay.
I'm doing. So it's not all the time happening, of course.
All right, so you're a lazy bastard. Okay, now moving on. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So the question that I wanted to ask came from I can't remember. It's disappeared now, but it was from a guy called Barrel, and his question was, as we know, Astralis added a 6th player, Esatag. Would you guys ever consider getting a 6th player to rotate into the roster as?
I mean, we have Alan, right? We fucking
we
won
have-
finals with him. So
Oh
we're
yeah,
good.
of course. Rejin's like he's up for the challenge if
100%.
needed.
100% win rate in finals. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
nice game of vertical there. Zero fresh.
Other than Rejin, guys, other than Rejin,
I-
would you ever consider it? Maybe Rejin, you have an opinion on it because you're coach, and of course Finn too.
I mean, I had a long talk in HTTP confirmed the other day about it, but I think it's a cool idea. The tournament just have to, like, it should make sense according to the tournament and also how you want to use it.
I think for me, the perfect team to do it now is Astralis. I mean, they've been together for a long time. It's hard to, at any point, kick one of those players if it goes bad the next few months. So if they can make it work, I think it makes sense for more teams to look into it. When I see, it's really tough because some way you need an all-around player who really understands the game, and there's some more of the synergy as well. I think in the future, it's definitely going to be that. And I also think in the future, you're going to have 2 head coach or something like that in a way that have somebody focusing on the team and somebody focusing on the anti-strat. So I think when we come, let's say 1, 2, 3 years ahead, I think that's going to be a way different approach of CS. I mean, from 2 years ago, there was only one team having sports psychologists. Now, pretty much many of the top teams have, right? So I think Astralis is the first move of all these things, and I think if they make it work, people realize it can actually be really good.
Well, I mean,
because-
dude, if we go to interject to add your point, if we go even further back in esports and especially in CS, at one point it was like ridiculous to even think about having a coach, right? To have someone else like helping the players and standing behind them.
Yeah, exactly. So I think all the time that CS is evolving and it's getting a bigger sport. So obviously people want to try to get the extra percentage where they can. Maybe it's gonna fail, but it's really easy to fix. Let's say they do the 6-man lineup for like 6, let's say for a year, and they realize, okay, it doesn't work. It's then you just leave out the player, right? I think, like I said, Astralis is the best team to actually see if it makes sense for a top team to do it. Right now, it doesn't make sense for us in a way that we are still like a young team in that way, because when you've been playing together for like six years, have the 3 players play together, I mean, you start getting tired of some of the things people do as mistakes, right? So having this like fresh energy of a new player can be really good for a lineup, I think, especially for Astralis.
I mean, it also encouraged the other players to work at the highest because they know there's a guy behind them want to do even better, you know?
Yeah. Guys, 1907. I know this question is going to get you guys fired up. So 1907 Tolga Kaya asks, who is the best aimer on MOUZ Sports?
Robin.
Robin.
Rob.
Mechanics are 100% Robs. Like that's what I feel like. The way he clears angles, the way
No doubt about it.
Yeah. His mechanics
Does
is really
everybody-
Robot aiming. It's a
Does
robot
everybody
aiming.
agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like woxic's like, yeah, sure.
No,
I mean, woxic is faster than him.
Yeah, but the question wasn't about fasting, like being fast, you know?
Fasting.
Fasting.
I love you.
Fasting. Have you ever tried to do that, Alan? Did you ever fasting before?
No, look at him, man.
Have you looked at my belly, bro?
Chris,
Him-
man, be nice.
40 days without beers is never gonna survive, bro.
True.
Woxic, is it true over the last week or last few days you've been in a battle on FPL with Nico? That's what Rene told me, that's what you guys have been battling on FPL.
It's like we want to make like more serious, basically, you know, the game, because otherwise, like, it's just basic normal FPL game. But if you do a bet on it, and
you've been betting on the matches.
yeah, it's sometimes. Yeah, I'm calling and he's calling.
How
on his
much?
team. Huh?
How much?
It depends about our mood. We just say 1K, 500. You know.
1K, okay.
Yeah.
Normal.
Valve is gonna ban you guys from match fixing.
But we're just playing against each other. We are not match fixing. We're just paying to each other. But we didn't even pay for each other. So it's just joke. Like, we're just saying this on stream. Like, let's do bet.
Before Valve comes.
Yeah, they can. I want to say something, but I cannot tell them about or something else. So
Whoa. That we can say for tomorrow.
yeah.
We have a match tomorrow.
We should talking about this.
I don't know.
Finish.
So basically, when you're just putting your money on it, when you just know there's a money in the end of it, so you just play more focus, and your teammates in FPL playing more focus. Otherwise, they don't give a shit about FPL game basically, and it's boring to play.
Who's been winning the bets, bro?
One day I'm winning, one day he's winning. So basically, we are zero. So nobody paying each other.
Okay, you're break even.
Yeah, we just said every day when we're gonna play against each other till for next LAN. We don't know when it's gonna happen. We're gonna do some bets, and I'm sure it's gonna be always zero because one day he's winning, one day I'm winning.
This is something that I've not noticed. Maybe other people have picked up on it, and maybe you guys can verify if it's true or not. Bora Birkin 123 says, "Why do chrisJ and woxic sometimes switch their pistols on CT?"
Oh,
Do you do that?
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy. Tell us more, guys.
I don't know.
And
It just works. When
the
I have his
biggest problem-
pistol, I always make kills.
Yeah, like if I choose USP silencer before I start the game, I'm just missing my all shots. I cannot hit. But when the game starts, during the freeze time, if we change the pistol, I'm hitting with the USP silencer, and he's killing 2000 actually.
It's next
But
level, right?
the problem
Chris?
is like they're doing it like when there's 1 second left of freeze time.
Okay. So
got
sometimes it
late-
can
I got
mess
late
up like a good
today.
spawn.
I got late boosted today on that too, man. I just see two guys dropping pistols.
David was almost full tilted.
What, because
Yeah.
they switched their pistols there?
Yeah.
Because I throw towards Robs, and he didn't give this to Chris basically. And he
So
just
you blame
didn't
Robs.
understand what I'm
Oh,
doing.
so it's
Of course,
Rob's
it
fault.
was his fault
So-
because he was sleeping.
He's not here.
So guys, in that
behind
sense,
you.
it's similar to like real life sports where some players have superstitions, right? And they're like, oh, if I rub my lucky coin, I'm gonna score more baskets or score a goal today. Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah, kind of like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's also next
similar.
level, right? If Chris is shooting a P2K to say woxic mid, it's chrisJ. It's next level. So they don't know the setup.
Yeah, mastermind.
Now we need to fake it.
it was actually Finn's idea.
Yeah,
Why did we tell this, man?
yeah, because you told you're switching pistols. You just said no, it's random. picked it
yeah,
up.
actually, we had to. Yeah.
There's a
Why does
question.
Chris buy full armor with Glock and eco rounds? I never do that.
You only buy Kevlar.
Your speed armor. Ah, Kevlar. Okay, not hit armor.
There's a question specifically for Frozen from Lil PV, who simply asks, "Why is Frozen so good?"
What? What is that question?
The question's a compliment. Why is Frozen so good? Frozen, you. All right. Why are you so good?
I don't know.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, good talk. Yeah.
Good talk.
It's just what
I
it is,
thought
man.
maybe, like, what's your practice schedule like, or I don't know, tell us some stuff about yourself.
I just don't
David.
play. Easy.
It is what it is, man. Just play, go to the match.
I'm
right
so
now.
happy I'm not interviewing. David, tell me about the match. Oh, well, we played our own game, you know. It's like that classic.
No, I can say something. David is like
Headset.
super confident. Like David is super confident in himself. So
Unless he goes
the
James
skills
Bond.
to
Unless he
skills
goes
to back it up. So
If he has a bad start, he's not so confident suddenly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
why do you guys think Frozen's so good?
That's not true,
If-
actually.
Whoa.
There's always a new start after half. So even if
Yeah,
I have fucking 0-15, I can do an ace first round.
yeah,
I mean, like David is like a complete player compared to how old he is and how he understands the game, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I
Yeah.
was 17, I was fucking.
You gotta believe, man, your skill.
Issa Tour 11 asked, so Parla, are you now in MOUZ? Yeah, we haven't broken
yes.
the news to him yet, but Chris is getting kicked after this. I'm going to be taking his place on the team. So thanks, Finn, for the opportunity and messaging
yeah,
me about
by
that
the
6
way.
months ago. Really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, go read a book, Chris.
Chris, can you pick one of those books off and show us what they actually are?
Bro, you cannot take them
Yeah.
on long.
I don't want to see that
It's
picture.
not even
It's
real
fake.
books.
It's fake.
This is
It's fake. It's not real.
Green screen. It's a green screen. He got us there.
The green screen.
Gotcha. Got him.
We also need to save some questions for tomorrow, no?
Yeah, I mean,
Why are you
guys,
saying tomorrow? Isn't it the day after?
no, tomorrow. You got.
Do we
Why
have
you
a
try
match
to
tomorrow
run-
or what?
Yeah,
Chris has
that's
just
tomorrow.
remembered he's playing tomorrow.
I didn't realize you had a match tomorrow.
Okay, well,
Against
surprise.
who do we play?
Surprise! See you tomorrow, Chris.
Against who do
I'm
we
probably
play?
an off day. I have plans tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh god, we played 2. Jesus, that's so early.
Yeah, well,
What-
thanks for the questions from chat, everybody. But and again, we'll do this. We'll take questions each time we do this. I'm looking at what we've spoken about and if there's anything else. But I think that's been a nice initial chat, guys. I don't think there's too much more to cover. I know you've had a long best of 3, and we've already spoken for a good amount right now. So maybe
Okay,
we can catch up again tomorrow, guys, after your next match.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I would love
Sure.
to. Honestly.
Yeah.
I would,
If
I'll
you-
think,
if
I'll
you
think
win-
about it.
If you win, I'm here. If I'm not winning,
If I'm not
And
winning.
for people who's curious, Robin is gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah,
AKA
We're gonna switch out one each day
Yeah.
or something like that, right? So everybody
Exactly. We're gonna
gets,
rotate.
yeah,
gets to enjoy the show. It's really nice
Yeah.
to enjoy it.
Alright.
KCG.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much to all of you for coming. It's cool. I think it's cool of MOUZ to put this on, and I hope it gives a chance to you guys, fans, to get to know you a bit better. And I'm looking forward to having more chats over the coming days.
Yeah, I
And
think
so
the show
I
was
guess-
better without sound, though. No.
I think we gave away some content before when we didn't even have sound, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But in the next shows, I think everything's going to be working more
Peace
smoothly,
out.
and so we'll be ready
Alright.
from the start.
Who dropped
Alright.
the bomb in teammate, man? Seriously.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
don't do that. It's a
Woxic,
bad
man.
idea,
Oh my God.
guys.
Fuck.
man,
see
I'm
you
always
tomorrow,
fucking
everybody.
picking up the C4, man. I'm
We'll
the
see.
person who is carrying the C4. Yeah? We'll see, guys. See ya.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
See ya tomorrow.
Yeah.